The first thing my mother-in-law did after my husband's funeral was try to take my child. Take it, Margaret said, pressing a white envelope into my hand. The clinic on Pine Avenue, they handle this quietly. I stared at her. For a second, I didn't even understand what she meant. Then my stomach dropped. I tightened my grip on the envelope without thinking. No, my voice came out shaky. No, I'm not doing that. The wind slammed through the cemetery, cold enough to sting my face. Margaret didn't move, perfect black coat. Calm eyes, no emotion at all. You're 5 months pregnant, Claire, she said. David is gone, you can't handle a child alone. My hand went to my stomach. A small kick answered me, like the baby already knew he was being talked about. That's David's baby, I said. Margaret didn't even blink. Was that one word broke something inside me. Behind her, I saw Lily, my stepdaughter, 6 years old, holding her stuffed rabbit too tight. Grandma, why are you giving mommy money? She asked softly. Margaret didn't look at her. Get in the car, sweetheart. My chest tightened. Wait, what car? I stepped forward. Margaret finally turned to Lily. She's coming home with me. Silence, like the cemetery itself, froze. No, I said instantly. No, she's not. Margaret's voice stayed calm. Yes, she is. That's my daughter. Margaret's eyes sharpened. She's my granddaughter by blood. Legally, you are nothing. Nothing. I stumbled slightly on the wet grass. David would never. David is dead, she cut in. Then Lily walked toward me and wrapped her arms around my waist. Mommy, can I still sleep in your room tonight? I closed my eyes for a second. And before I could answer, no, Margaret said. Lily froze. You'll stay with me for a while. Lily's face crumpled instantly. Stop, I said, stepping forward. She stays with me. Margaret tilted her head slightly. In that house, the house is mine. My world stopped. What, the deed is in my name? You're lying, I said. You can ask the attorney. Get in the car. Lily hesitated, crying silently, holding on to me. If you want support, you'll make the smart choice about the pregnancy. She closed the door and drove away with my daughter. The moment the SUV disappeared, my life started falling apart. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. You have 30 days to vacate the property. Locks will be changed. No, my house, my husband's house, my daughter's home. She didn't come back. I called David's phone. It rang, then voicemail. Hi, this is David. I ended the call. He was gone, but this wasn't grief anymore. This was removal. A white truck was already in my driveway. A woman stepped out with a clipboard. Mrs. Harrison, yes, I'm here to begin property transfer and removal of belongings. Removal, you have until Sunday to vacate. This is my house, I said. The property is registered under Margaret Harrison. My world stopped again. Behind her, men started unloading boxes, my life being packed away. Where is Lily? I asked. I'm not authorized to discuss custody matters. Then I heard her voice. Claire, I didn't need to turn, Margaret. She stood in the rain like it didn't touch her. You're making this harder than it needs to be. You took her. I protected her. From me, she looked at my stomach. That was the answer. You're erasing me, I said. I'm securing what's left of my family. I am her family. That's not what the law says. And then she walked inside my house, like it still belonged to her. I didn't go inside the house. I just stood in the rain and watched my life get packed into boxes. Like I no longer belonged inside it. My baby kicked hard, sharp, like he was asking me a question I couldn't answer. My phone rang again, unknown number. I almost didn't pick up, but I did. Hello, a woman's voice, calm, controlled. This is Dr. Reed's office. My stomach tightened immediately. The clinic, that name again. Yes, he wants to see you tomorrow at 9. It's important. I froze. Important how? A pause. Then he said, you'll understand when you hear him. Click, gone. Just like that, I stood there holding the phone like it had changed something inside me. Then I saw it. A moving box passing the doorway. Inside, David's mug. The one I washed yesterday. The one that still felt warm in my memory. Stop, I said suddenly. The worker paused. That mug, leave it. He looked confused. I'm sorry, leave it. He hesitated, then kept packing anyway. Something inside me snapped quietly, not loudly, just completely. I turned away before I did something I couldn't take back. I drove, no destination, just away. Rain swallowed the road, everything blurred. Eventually I stopped at a building I didn't even plan to find. Family law, that was all. Eventually I stopped at a building I didn't even plan to find. Family law, that was all I saw. Inside, I was sitting across from a woman who didn't interrupt once. Patricia Morales. I told her everything. When I finished, she didn't react like I expected. No shock, no sympathy, just one word. Okay, that scared me more than anything so far. What do you mean okay? She opened a drawer, pulled out a file, and slid it across the desk. My husband's name was on it. A document, a signature, a beneficiary change, dated 2 days after the funeral. My hands went cold instantly. That's fake, I said. Patricia nodded. I know. Silence. My heartbeat got louder. Who did this? I whispered. She didn't answer immediately, then someone who had access. My mind went straight to Margaret, but something else followed it. A thought I didn't want. David's work, his locked drawer, the burner phone. Is this illegal? I asked. Patricia looked at me for a long second, then said, if I'm right, this isn't just family law, then what is it? She closed the file, something much bigger. My hands started shaking again, not from grief this time, from fear, real fear. I left the clinic without looking back. Dr. Reed called my name once. I didn't stop, because if I stopped, I might fall apart, and I couldn't afford that anymore. Not with Lily gone, not with everything collapsing around me. Outside, the air felt heavier than before, like the world already knew what I was about to do. I stood on the sidewalk for a moment, breathing, slow, controlled. For the first time since David died, I wasn't crying, I was deciding. I called Patricia. She picked up immediately. Claire, I'm getting her back, I said, no hesitation. A pause. Claire, listen to me, I'm not waiting anymore. Silence. Then her voice changed. Careful now. If you do this wrong, you lose legal ground completely. I swallowed hard. I already lost her emotionally. That hit silence between us. Then she asked, what are you planning? I looked down at my hands. They were steady. That scared me more than anything. I'm going to Margaret's house. Another pause. Then you don't go alone. That was the first thing that made sense. Patricia was already outside when I arrived, and she wasn't alone. A police officer stood beside her. Officer Chen, this is a welfare check only, she said. We're not escalating anything. I nodded, but my heart was already racing, not fear this time, purpose. The drive was silent. Seattle blurred past like a memory I didn't belong in anymore. When we turned into Margaret's neighborhood, everything inside me tightened. Too clean, too quiet, too controlled. We stopped in front of her house. Lily's house. Officer Chen got out first, then Patricia, then me. My legs felt heavy on the pavement, but I kept walking. We reached the door. Officer Chen rang the bell once, then again. A pause, then it opened. Margaret, she wasn't surprised. Not even a little. That was the first warning. Her eyes moved slowly. Officer. Patricia, me. Then she said calmly, Claire, I said immediately, no softness in my voice anymore. Margaret stepped slightly to the side. Not inviting us in, just controlling the space. She's resting, I don't care, I said. I want to see my daughter. A pause, then her voice sharpened slightly. That child is under my care. Officer Chen stepped forward. We're here for a welfare check. We need to confirm she's safe. Margaret smiled, small, controlled, confident. You're wasting your time. That smile hit harder than words because it wasn't fear, it was certainty. Then a voice from upstairs. Small, soft, mommy, my body froze. Everything stopped. Lily, I called instantly, footsteps. Running, before anyone could react, she appeared at the top of the stairs. And the moment she saw me, she broke. Mommy, she ran, I ran too. We met halfway. I caught her so hard I almost lost my balance. Her arms locked around my neck instantly. She was shaking. I thought you left, she whispered. My voice broke. No, I'm here. And for the first time I wasn't losing her. I was holding her. The word safe didn't mean anything anymore. Nothing here felt safe. I held Lily tighter. Her fingers were locked into my coat like she was afraid I would disappear again. The man with the badge stepped forward. Mrs. Harrison. You need to come with me now. Patricia moved instantly in front of me. Not until you explain who you are. Officer Chen raised a hand slightly. I agree. This needs procedure. For a moment no one moved. The house felt frozen. Then Margaret spoke, but her voice wasn't steady anymore. You don't understand what you're stepping into. Nobody looked at her, not really. The man ignored her completely and looked at me. You are not safe here. My chest tightened. My daughter is here, I said immediately. I'm not leaving without her. Lily buried her face into my shoulder. I'm scared, she whispered. That changed everything inside me. Something clicked, not fear, decision. I looked at Patricia, then Officer Chen. Then the man, no, I said. Silence. Even he paused. I said it again louder. No, I'm not leaving her. Patricia stepped closer. Claire, no, my voice shook but I didn't stop. If I leave, she stays. I already lost her once. A beat. Then Officer Chen turned to the man. We need legal clarification before any removal. The man exhaled slowly. Like control was slipping, then a crash upstairs. Everyone snapped their heads up. Lily flinched in my arms. The man moved first, up the stairs, fast. Officer Chen followed. Patricia grabbed my arm. Stay with me. We went too, each step louder than the last. The house didn't feel like a home anymore. It felt like something counting down.